Hi, I'm Preston Wilson, and this is my influences speech for public speaking. There's my audience. It's my dad. Alright. Ran out of ink, so I couldn't print off note cards. We're all in very different beginnings in life. We all have very different beginnings in life. Some people's upbringing be a little more rough than others, but no matter how you're brought up in life, then we all have things that influenced us and made us the people we are today. Whether that influence be a special person, special place. Me myself, I've had multiple different influences over the course of my life, and that got me to where I am now. So today I'm going to go over 3 different influences, one being a person, one being a place that influenced me, and one being an experience that influenced me. The first influence I'm going to talk about that had a major impact on my life is going to be a person, that person being my mom. For starters, my mom wasn't really dealt the best hand of cards growing up. She had overcome a lot of obstacles growing up, which I truly admire her for. She didn't have the greatest parents growing up, and she found herself at 11 years old taking care of her newborn sister because their parents were in and out of the picture. So her childhood was cut short and immediately had to take on adult responsibilities. Not only that, her family was very poor, which didn't really help the situation. So from there on out, she set out with a chip on her shoulder to get out of that awful upbringing she had. So she set forth some goals to make sure she wouldn't go through those same struggles growing up. First thing she had to do was to get out of the small town of Hallsville and move to Dallas and make a life for herself and leave all the bad stuff in the past. She then set out and tried to get a college degree. From there on, she got an entry-level office job at Children's Medical Center, which was huge for her. She stayed then with Children's for a couple more years and found herself getting promotion after promotion, and she's now an assistant to the vice president of Children's Medical Center. That's one of the main reasons I admire her so much. She managed to overcome the odds and set up a good life for her and her new family. Not only that, she was really smart and was one of the main reasons I did so good at school growing up. And on the top of that, she's very loving, attentive mom. She's always made me her number one priority, and if there was anything I needed, she made sure I had it. Though all that, I must say my mom had one of the biggest influences on my life and has taught me a lot of life lessons, such as being a leader, not a follower. So there are many, now moving on to places. There are many places in my memory that influenced me, but one that stuck out to me the most had to be the baseball fields, Lindsay Fields in particular, which is a field in Red Oak. Lindsay Fields are the fields I spent a lot of my childhood at. It wasn't exactly the best baseball field out there, considering it was plagued with giant potholes in the outfield and infield. Had hardly any dirt whatsoever, so we were constantly getting scraped up when we slid into bases. But at the end of the day, I was a kid, so the quality didn't much matter to me, and I had a lot of good memories from them. So here's some ways the baseball fields helped mold me. One of my biggest influences had to be my coach. Had to be the coaches. Coach John in particular. He really helped fine-tune my baseball skills. He's the reason I started pitching because he believed I had the arm and accuracy for it. If not for him, my baseball career might have ended just a lot sooner than it did. On top of that, win or lose, he always had something inspiring to say, whether it be a life lesson or just talking about things we needed to improve on. Another thing I was grateful for is he made baseball fun again for me again. In the years before that, because in the years before I had Coach John, I had select baseball coaches that really took the fun out of baseball. They were a little bit more strict and tough on the players, which was a little crazy considering we were kids just trying to have fun. That all changed when Coach John became my coach. Dang. Snap. A little bit of technical difficulties. Where was I? And that all changed when Coach John became my coach. In the end, the baseball fields were a place where I had a lot of great memories, met a lot of good friends, and some that I still talk to today. In the last part of the speech, I'm going to talk about an experience that impacted my life quite a bit. It happened about 4 years ago in the summertime. It was your kind of average day until we got a call from Baylor Hospital in Houston, which is kind of strange considering we lived nowhere near Houston. Turns out my brother was in a really bad car crash Basically, he was sleeping in the passenger side of a box truck when his coworker that was driving came up on a standstill traffic and rear-ended another box truck. The box truck caved in on our brother's side, completely breaking his femur in 2 pieces, shattered his ankle bone, as well as major cuts and bruises. Keep in mind, our brother's a very avid skateboarder and basketball player, so he was devastated. The doctors told him he most likely wouldn't be able to do those to the full extent after he was fully recovered. He wasn't going to take that for an answer, so he worked his tail off in the next couple months of physical training, as well as at-home workouts, getting fully healed up and managed to make it back to his normal self in record time. That experience taught me to never give up, and if you want something bad enough, you can obtain it with just a little hard work and dedication. In conclusion, these influences that I had growing up had a major impact on the person I am today. I wouldn't be the man I am today without my great parents, as well as other life experiences. In the end, having good influences are essential to our lives. And that concludes my essay.
Talk a little fast.